Early on, the pandemic forced many industries across the country to shut down because of safety concerns. But Canada's nuclear industry wasn't one of them. As our chief political correspondent David Akin is here to explain, the industry rapidly put in place business contingency plans that may serve as templates for others in future pandemics. David?
Documents obtained by Global News show that Canada's nuclear industry regulator quickly realized the risk to the health and safety of Canadians if workers got sick at Canada's nuclear power plants, uranium mines, research reactors, or nuclear waste disposal sites.
The health and safety of Canadians may appear to be compromised if operations do not take place as expected by Canadians. That was in an 11-page memo prepared April the 14th by staff of the Canadian Nuclear Safety Commission, or CNSC. But by June, according to other CNSC documents obtained by Global News, it was clear that Canada's nuclear industry had rolled with the pandemic punch.
Our licensees have actually done a very splendid job themselves in delivering their whatever business they're in a very safe manner.
It was not just the regulator who held that view. So too did operators of nuclear facilities like Ontario Power Generation, as well as the unions that represent thousands of nuclear industry workers.
You need to talk to your workers, talk to your worker reps, and collaborate. If you don't, you're not going to be as successful. So it took some very strong collaboration to get people back to work safely.
The key to the industry's success? Using lessons learned from the SARS outbreak in the early 2000s. For example, the industry recognized how crucial it was to have personal protective equipment on hand for employees. And as a result, the industry has maintained a large stockpile of that gear ever since.
It really came about after SARS that a need for something like that, which would be required if there was, with a power outage, a pandemic, any other catastrophe.
In fact, the industry was so well prepared, it was able to donate surplus PPE when COVID-19 hit this spring.
And the industry appears not just to have survived the pandemic, but in some ways seems to have flourished. For example, a Ontario nuclear power reactor managed to set a North American record for continuous operation without maintenance or repair. David Akin, Global News, Ottawa.